Far out, that was close. You know, I've been having heaps of troubles with this regulator. So I've just put a new one in. But we were still having issues with too much fuel, so it had filled up the cylinders. I pulled all the plugs out and accidentally still had the ignition on. So fuel had first spewed right out there. And I was, have a look at this leg. I was standing here like this doing the pump, so a bit of fuel came out and sprayed all over my leg. I'll be back here pumping more fuel out. There was heaps in there, it was coming out. One of the spark plugs, or there's no spark plugs in it, but one of the leads ignited it and just went a huge fireball out here. Leg was on fire, couldn't get it out because it was soaked in alcohol. Had to run out, roll in the grass, put it out, then come back and get the fire out in here. So I've sprayed it all around in here. And then I've just spent a couple of hours down the hospital and had to get it all dressed and stuff, so I'm going to go back in a couple of days and check it out. So yeah. Alright, so welcome back. I've been very, I wouldn't say slack, but I've just taken some time off. It was my birthday, my 40th birthday the other day. We had a bit of a party here, so I've cleaned up and I was able to sort of start the car, but it still wasn't running right and I just could not figure out why. Today I was doing just plugged the computer in just to check a few values and stuff. And while it's sitting there, I can't get decent readings from all the sensors, and they were sort of fluctuating up and down, and it's just going all over the place when nothing was happening. I couldn't figure it out. So I did a bit more research, and I think I've stuffed up the wiring when I've done the coils. So I'll show you what I've done here. So this is all the wiring for the coils, and I haven't tidied it up because I still wasn't sure. So that's your 12 volt power. So they're coming into that red there, going to all the coils. That's the earth, that was the ground, and then I've got each individual one. So I don't know if you can see here, so coil 3, so that goes to cylinder number 3. Then I had these purple ones which said connect to signal ground. So I assumed that had to go to the wire which came from the ECU that said signal ground. But in fact I've read since both the purple and the white need to go to to earth on the actual engine, and signal ground has to go to earth. So I think that might be why I'm not getting proper readings on all the sensors, because they're not having a proper ground. They're sort of going through the coils, and that's why it's not firing on all cylinders as well. So I'm just gonna get stuck in tonight and fix that up. I'm also going to run an earth from, so this is another earth back here that goes back to the ECU. It's going to the chassis, and although there should be good contact between the chassis and the engine, I'm just going to make sure I'm going to run a wire from there all the way back to the engine block as well, or the manifold, so that way that's all connected up. Should be good, and hopefully that is the solution and I start running on 8 cylinders. So yeah, hopefully that's it. And if I get it going, it's going to be skidded, but not by me. The missus decided she's never done a burnout in her life, so I figured why not, she can be the one that skids it for the first time. So That's going to be exciting. So anyway, I'm just going to do that wiring and yeah, hopefully get this thing sorted. So we'll see. Here's a couple of the other projects. That's the old bike. Where'd I put the little supercharger? There's the little supercharger that I'm going to fit to that at some stage. So that's going to end up sort of like that, with the carby hanging out here. And this is a little mini rod I've sort of, it's almost been done for a long time, but I want to get that running right. So it's got a little 1 3/4 inch SU draw through, little turbo diesel turbo. Yeah, just a draw through setup into the heads there, and a bit of a old Commodore drive shaft back to the standard bike rear hub that's been modified to fit an axle. So it's a pretty cool little thing. Hopefully get that running beautiful at some stage, but that's the aim for now, and hopefully I've got this figured out, which is just going to be awesome if it just fires up and runs properly, because it hasn't run properly since I got it started, and this seems like it's probably the issue, so let's get it done. You little pisser, it's running! I can't believe it. Fuck, the amount of headaches. I've been nearly ready to throw this thing away and just put like an MSD on it, because I can't get it to run right, and I finally bit the bullet, rang up Haltech. He logged in remotely, had a look at everything, and for some reason the firing order was out. So he fixed a few things there and fired it up, and holy shit, that's the sound I wanted, not what we we're getting before. So I'll just set this camera up and give it a bit of rev for you, and then I've just got to put, I think, a bit more auto fluid in it. Tidy up a few wiring issues where I had, like see here, and this is melted from my fire, same with that one. So I've got a few things to fix up there, just to make all the sensors and that work properly again. But for now, fire it up, give it a rev.